guys, welcome back to the channel. We got good news. The 2017 Ninja 650 is gone. Took about a month to get rid of it, but there it goes to its new owner. Congratulations to Bob and his son. Enjoy it. It was fun working on it. Alright guys, you just saw that new buyer leave. Took about a month to sell the bike. In the winter, I was surprised it even sold. So that's, I priced it right, and it moved in a month. Congratulations to Bob and his son. His son's going to be a new sport bike rider. It's the perfect bike for him. Nice little middleweight class bike. So now let's break down the numbers here. This is what I have into the bike. Let me flip the phone around here and you can see the numbers. So that was a 2017 Ninja 650 with the clean title. I purchased it for $2,000 and I factored in $20 in gas to bring the truck and the trailer over to Niles, Illinois, which is about an hour away from me. So a couple hours worth of driving, 2.5 hours, you know, by the time you're loading and everything. So 2 hours of driving. You know, $20 is just a rough estimate. There's no way I can physically calculate it. I literally put $20 on everything that I sell. So this particular engine, if you look back at the previous videos, it had a nice little hole in the block. So the engine was not usable. There was no reason to fix it, and no way I could fix it. So I purchased a used engine on eBay for $1,500 shipped. That's with tax and everything. Installed it, and it had a couple of check engine lights on there that I could not reset. This bike had a ridiculous check engine light reset. Sorry guys, I got I'm a little sick. So I mean, they wanted me to drive around and for like 10 minutes, and 5 of those minutes you had to be above 40 or 35 miles per hour, you know, at that time. And then it was 35 degrees out, you know, and I got sick of it. So, and you had to do 3 ignition cycles of that. So I spent $192 on a scan tool to just reset the damn light. At 5 minutes, boom, it was done. The light was reset. They never came back on. The faults were old. Let's see, parts I put in here. I ended up putting a new chain. I purchased that nose fairing and a new air filter because the old one was just really dirty and clogged. And then the battery. So I spent $255 on that. Most of those were purchased on eBay. Actually, all of them were purchased on eBay. So I had about 8 total labor hours on the bike. That's a high estimate. I think it took me 3 or 4 hours just to swap the engine, and then I just factored in another 4 or so hours to replace the fairings, chain, and so on. So, but I definitely think I had less than 8 total labor hours, but I just put 8 labor hours on there. These prices do not include any labor. This is just all parts pricing, how much I pay for the bike and how much I spent on parts. So I sold the bike for $5,200, and that generated me a profit of $1,233 at 8 labor hours. That's $154 per hour. Not too bad, you know, for tinkering around in your garage. $1,233, that's a really good profit. You don't really make that much on on a motorcycle, but that was really good. That's why I snatched up this bike, because I got it for $2,000 and I researched it. I knew the engine. I was on eBay looking for engines prior to me buying it, because I've been watching this bike for like a month or so, 3 to 4 weeks, and I was researching how much an engine would cost. So I knew right off the bat, if I got the bike for $2,000, I knew I would have $3,500 smack dab right into it, right off at the beginning. So I offered him $2,000 and he took it. and that's where we're at. So paid $2,000 for it, and $1,500 for that engine. So that's a pretty good profit. I pretty much gave him everything with the bike. There was a a pit bull stand with it. They were trying to beat me up on the price, and I said, I mean, $5,200 was a really, really, really good price, especially in the Chicago market. People are asking a ridiculous amount of prices on bikes. So $1,233 profit. That's great. I'll take it all day, any day and all day. Now, what I didn't mention is have the old engine. So the old engine is toast, but we're going to disassemble this engine in another video and see what parts I can salvage on this engine. Right off the bat, crank, rods, pistons, and case is junk. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm hoping that the piston destroyed itself, or the rod destroyed itself on the way down, not up. So if I can get a good cylinder head off this engine, we're just adding to the profit. And then, I'm going to pull the side covers off, the clutch basket of the stator. Those will sell. I'm hoping to get another $300 to $500 out of this engine in good usable parts. We know from the previous video that the starter is toast. I had to swap that out because that thing lit itself up. It was dead. So we have a potential profit of, say, $300 to $500 with engine parts. So we're looking at low side about $1,500. Excuse me, and the high side about $1,700 in profit if we can get some good usable parts out of this engine. So not a bad purchase. I call them at reasonable prices. The bike wasn't perfect. It still had some, scrapes and scratches. I don't buy pretty bikes. I don't sell pretty bikes. That's not what I do. I sell bikes that people are going to ride. Not, chromed and raced bikes. That's not what I do. People spending all this money on, engine builds and chrome and all the crazy accessories. That's not what I do. I price them to sell, and it went to a good owner, a young guy. He was, 20 years old, 19 years old, and it's going to be his first sport bike. So I hope he enjoys it, and we can definitely start looking for another one. I still got a lot of other projects I'm working on here. You guys are watching me continue with the Super Hawk 996 turbo build, and eventually, I can't give you a date yet, but the Hayabusa is next. I keep looking at it, and it's driving me nuts. I can't wait to start working on it. But I got to get the Super Hawk somewhat done and together, because I'm going to need every bit of that table to disassemble that engine to see what the heck's wrong with it. But next video will most likely be the stripping down of this engine, and then we'll toss all the parts on eBay and see what we can get. I'll get you another updated video if we sell any parts to see the final projected profit. So off to the next one. I'll see if I can find another bike to work on. Right now it's winter's hitting hard, so people are desperate to sell their bikes, because they don't want them sitting there. That's how it works here in the Midwest. Florida, they ride them all year round, so it's harder to find deals there. So people are desperate to dump them because they don't want to store them here, and they don't want to stare at them for 6 months and taking up garage space. So like and subscribe, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.